This is the SCPE corrugated box feeder. To load the feeder, simply place the corrugated boxes from the rear of the feeder. The feeder has a capacity of about 40 boxes. You can actually continue to load boxes while it's running. Square up your boxes and we're ready to run. To adjust the feeder for the different box sizes, just turn the crank. The feeder operates with these pneumatic cylinders. No adjustment should be necessary. This is the ST1100 automatic label applicator. It should easily label your corrugated products at up to 40 to 50 products per minute. To load labels on the ST1100 automatic label applicator, remove the unwind disc, place the labels on the mandrel, and replace the unwind disc, rotating so it locks. Thread the labels up over the dancer arm. Next, thread the label through the peel tip assembly. Be sure to put the web through the fork sensor as we need to detect each label. Next, we'll put the label through the pinch roll assembly. The pinch roll assembly is what actually drives the labels onto the product. Go. After the pinch roll assembly, insert the labels through the rewind. Your label applicator is ready to go. Next, we'll show you how to calibrate the label sensor. Remove a label from the web, leaving the liner intact. With the liner underneath, in between the fork sensors, press the green button. This sets the label sensor on the liner. I will now move the label up between the forks and again press the green button. This will have effectively taught the label sensor, the liner, and the label. Our goal is to see the gap between the labels. That's the way we dispense a single label at a time. Here is the connector panel on the side of the ST1100. You have the product sensor, the label sensor, and a couple of connectors for the feeder. The vertical adjustment on the post is simply accomplished by raising and lowering the applicator. Rotate the handle in the clockwise direction to raise the applicator, go in the counterclockwise to lower the applicator. To move the applicator in and out, simply rotate the handle. Here you have the main control panel for the ST1100 labeling system. You have your main power on and off, pilot light, emergency stop. You have feed, enable, and disable. What this does is take the torque off the applicator motors so that you can thread the machines easier. You have mode, run, jog, and stop, and then up-down arrows to raise or lower settings. The conveyor on-off, and then the feeder on-off. To get into the menu settings, just simply press mode. Here you'll be able to select a preset. This machine was originally set up with just the 2 box sizes, but you could conceivably go up to 50 presets if you wanted to. Press mode again to set up the applicators. You have applicator 1 and 2, the top applicator and the bottom applicator. To get into the applicator 1 setup, press the up arrow to say yes, and here is your product delay. The product delay is going to be from the time that we detect the leading edge of the carton till the label is dispensed. So this will help you with your placement. So to move your label back towards the back end of the box, raise the product delay. To move the label more forward on the box, lower the product delay. The next setting is label delay. This can be adjusted up and down with the arrows. Label delay determines the flag out on the label applicator. You want to dispense one label at a time for each box you detect. And so what you want to do is stop that label right on the peel tip of the applicator. So the first label comes off, dispenses fully, the second label stops right on that peel tip. That's the setting label delay does. Applicator speed is the dispense speed of the applicator. It should be matched to the speed of the corrugated box coming by under the applicator. So you want to set this applicator speed so that there are no bubbles or wrinkles in your label, and it matches pretty much the speed of the conveyor. Here you have the ability to turn the applicator on or off. That way you could, if you wanted to, only do a bottom label or just do a top label. It's exit setup 1, which was the applicator setup. Here's applicator 2, which is the bottom labeler, and it has all the same settings. Product delay, label delay, applicator speed, and you can enable it or disable it. For the demo, we left it off. The next setup is for the feeder. Now the feeder is just a series of timings. Most of them are short. These are actually the delays between the pneumatics going on and off. As you run the feeder, you'll see the right pneumatic go on, the left pneumatic go on, and then off respectively, on, off, on, off, on, off. And then we have a master delay between each cycle so that we're not running boxes too close together. We do need about 2 inches between boxes. And that's where that master delay setting kind of takes form. Here are those feeder delays I was talking about. So here's the delay before the right side pneumatics goes on. It'll be on for 420 milliseconds and then it'll go back off. Same thing for the left side. It'll delay for 20 milliseconds. It'll go on for 470 milliseconds and then it'll go back off. So the feeder can be enabled or disabled. And again, the feeder runs with the right one going on and off, and then the left one going on and off, and then that's the mechanism where we drop one box at a time. And we're back at the beginning.